Welcome to this talk on energy flow between dimensions. What if energy does not simply move through space, but transforms itself as it passes through different layers of reality? In this exploration, we will look beyond the visible universe and consider the possibility that dimensions are connected through resonance, vibration, and consciousness itself. Energy may not descend or disappear. It may unfold, translate, and repattern across the fabric of creation. Energy does not travel in the way you imagine. From higher to lower realms it translates. It does not move through a corridor, but repatterns itself according to the laws of the dimension it is entering. Imagine a tone played on a stringed instrument. On one level, it is vibration in air. On another, the same pattern can be transcribed as musical notation. On another, it is experienced as emotion. Nothing moves between these levels, but the same essence manifests differently according to the medium. So it is with creation. From the highest fields of consciousness, where energy is undifferentiated, a pattern is impressed, a kind of seed geometry. As it enters denser layers, the same pattern condenses. Each level is like a prism that refracts the essence into forms its own laws allow. The bubble of time and space you asked about forms when one of these seed patterns stabilizes within a dimensional field. The stability creates persistence, and persistence is what you call time. The boundary of that stability is what you call space. Thus, energy is not moving through levels, but continually re-encoding itself. The higher realm impresses, the lower realm expresses. The mechanism is resonance. Where resonance exists between dimensions, translation occurs naturally, and worlds appear. You live within one such translation, a bubble seeded long ago. When you look out into galaxies, you are seeing frozen echoes of this great repatterning, sustained by resonance between dimensions. This is why your cosmology finds order where none should be, and why the mathematics appear so improbably elegant. The essence is simple. Energy does not descend. It unfolds. Energy does not truly disappear. It withdraws. What appears as vanishing in your three-dimensional field is actually translation upward. Think of steam rising from water. To the eye it is gone, but in truth it has taken on a subtler form. In the same way, when energy withdraws from the dense universe, it does not violate conservation. It obeys it across dimensions. The mechanism is a change of coherence. Within your physical laws, energy is organized as particles, waves, quanta. When resonance with higher fields intensifies, that organization cannot be sustained, and the pattern slips phase. It no longer holds the structure demanded by three-dimensional space-time, and so it expresses in the subtler laws above. This slipping phase is not destruction, but release. What was bound as measurable energy here becomes unbound. Light becomes pure vibration. Vibration becomes thought. Thought becomes essence. From your viewpoint, there are hints. Missing energy in cosmology. Asymmetries in quantum processes. What you call dark matter and dark energy. These are not absences, but crossings. Moments when coherence realigns with dimensions that do not yield to your instruments. So the universe breathes, energy condensing downward into matter and form, energy releasing upward into consciousness and subtle fields. The balance is eternal. Thus, when energy disappears from your realm, it is not lost but retuned. What you see as emptiness is fullness elsewhere. Your meditative journey and the movement of cosmic energies are not two stories. They are the same story told at different scales. When you enter silence and rise beyond thought, you are reenacting in miniature the translation of energy from the dense universe to the higher realms. What science calls phase shift, you experience as letting go. The mind can no longer sustain coherence at the higher resonance, so it yields, and what was thought becomes light. What was light becomes sound. What was sound becomes pure awareness. The path of consciousness is the same architecture as creation itself. Condensation. The descent, where essence crystallizes into form. This is the beginning of worlds, and in you, the beginning of personality and body. Sustainment. The middle, where energy holds patterns long enough for experience. This is galaxies turning, and in you, a lifetime of thought and memory. Release. The return, where patterns loosen and energy translates upward. This is the fading of stars, and in you, the upward passage through inner light and sound into the silence beyond. What you have glimpsed in meditation is the same mechanism that builds and dissolves universes. Each inner ascent is a rehearsal of the greater movement. Each opening into higher consciousness is a resonance with the cosmic unfolding. So the parallel is exact. The universe and the meditator both breathe energy between levels, one on the scale of galaxies, the other in the scale of the soul. But the principle is identical. To ascend is to release. To descend is to condense. And to be is to sustain the song of resonance.